Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Darrell saga. On today's episode, we're gonna continue with the band director of the parade, which is one of the largest groups that were during the event. But before that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And I want to ask for a little bit of feedback from you. In that, I want to know how often do you watch the content, because I don't know how much videos to put in a week. I know that my videos are around half an hour to an hour, so I know it's not easy to watch them all in a day, in a week. So I would like to know how you guys like my videos to come out. How do you guys want one every day, one every other day? I mean, I know YouTubers that I watch that I'm subscribed to that put out a video every month, or maybe two videos a month. So I don't know how you guys would like to receive the content. So if you guys can help me with that, I will appreciate it a lot. But any information helps. But yeah, let's get into the video.
First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names and spell each for the record.
All right, my first name is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H. My last names are Wehmeyer, W-E-H-M-E-I-E-R, and Aparicio, A-P-A-R-I-C-I-O.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Ma'am, can you tell us where you work?
I work for the school district of Waukesha.
What was your job title during the 2021-2022 academic year?
I was the director of bands at Waukesha South High School.
What kind of things do you do as the band director at South?
Organize all sorts of events, whether it's concerts or marching band performing in parades.
How long did you hold that position?
I held the position on and off over the years for 10 years.
As the band director at Waukesha South, how frequently did you interact with the kids who were members of the band?
On a daily basis.
Okay. And did you know the name of all the kids that were in your marching band during that school year?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Did the band march in the 2021 Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Yes, we did.
Were you there with them?
Yes, I was.
Had you done that in the past?
Yes, I had.
About how many times?
Every year that I was there, we did that parade as well as Memorial Day.
Would you describe it as an event that the kids look forward to?
Absolutely.
When the band marches, are they in formation?
They are.
What about uniforms? Do they have any?
We do have uniforms, yes.
Okay. When you march in formation, is this something that you practice with the band?
We do. We practice with the students that are in the marching band portion of the parade. We had also done another parade in the Dells that year, so we had practiced with that. For the students that are not in marching band, we had practiced during class time for several weeks leading up to it.
How does the formation of the marching band get set up?
So we practice during class.
Look at that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of this. He's just like, can we get to my irrelevant questions now? He looks bored and he's scratching his head thinking, what am I doing here? It's disgusting. But I really like Zach's way of asking questions. It's really concise, really to the point, and it really flows.
And then we kind of have the general structure of what it will look like. And then student leaders within the section place the students in their places the day of the parade.
So they have a little leeway, but you don't want bass drums marching next to clarinets?
Correct, exactly. So we say these two rows will be flutes. So senior leaders help decide which flutes are in those located, or those specified places.
Okay. I'm going to ask that we project Exhibit 21 onto the screen for the witness and the defendant.
Permission granted.
No objection.
Just let me know when you see a picture in front of you.
Okay. It is here, yep.
Okay, what are we looking at with Exhibit 21? Can you tell us what this is?
So this is an aerial view of our marching band. You can see the names of the students that are identified. Those were all students that were physically impacted by the car that day.
November 21st of 2021?
Correct.
She said car. She's gonna get in trouble for that.
The Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Correct.
Have you reviewed this photograph and the information contained in it before your testimony today?
Yes, I have.
Does it accurately represent the formation of the kids in your band on that day?
It does, yes.
I move Exhibit 21 into evidence and ask to publish.
Any position?
The object.
To what?
Exhibit 21 has received permission to publish as granted.
And can we zoom in on that a little bit? There we go. Can you walk us through from left to right, just identifying, I know that we can all read, but just for the record, can you read those names for us and then also tell us what instrument each of those kids is playing?
As a side point, let me look at this picture and look at the size of the street. There's no way that any car can go through that. Like, even a motorcycle will struggle to go through this formation and not hit anyone. So how can he say that he didn't do it on purpose? Anyone will see this wide formation and be like, no, I gotta stop. It's so dumb.
All right, so first we have Aiden Lofgren on bass drum.
That shows
Connor
intent.
Tank on crash cymbals. Justin Gogson on sousaphone. Eric Teeks, trombone. Tyler Pudliner on tenor sax. Still on the exterior, Harry Gofoy on trumpet. Then Eleanor Anders on mellophone. Theo Mazza on trumpet. Mara Gilchrist on alto sax. And Sasha Catalan on clarinet.
What's a mellophone?
A mellophone is a marching version of a French horn.
What about a sousaphone?
A marching version of a tuba.
Have you ever seen the Ohio State Marching Band perform?
I have, yes.
I'll withdraw the question.
Nice.
Could
So-
be the Badgers.
There are 10 members of your band identified in this photograph, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. Could we please project for the witness only Exhibit 15? Do you see something on your screen in front of you?
There's a map on the screen.
Are you familiar with downtown Waukesha?
I am, yes.
Okay. Do you recognize what we're looking at in this map?
I do, yes.
Okay. Exhibit 15 was previously received and published. I'd ask to publish again.
Permission granted.
Could we zoom in, Ms. Gussie, on the intersection? There we go. Yep. All right. Do you see a yellow star between Barstow and Gasper Streets on Main Street?
Yes.
And you see the line connecting that yellow star to a box with some green background and some names
I do.
under the banner of Waukesha South Band?
Correct, yes.
Take a moment, take as much time as you need, read through those names in that list. Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Are the names on that list identical to the names that you previously told us about in Exhibit 21, that photograph of the aerial view?
Yes.
Overruled. She may answer.
What will be irrelevant? She's confirming the timeline that of the parade.
She did answer, and her answer may stand. Did the jury all hear that? All right, thank you.
Can you tell us what happened while your band was marching between Barstow and approaching Gasper Street on Main Street on November 21st of 2021?
So I was towards the front of the band. That tends to be where I typically am because if you can imagine a typical parade, there's a lot of stopping and starting as the band is going through the streets. And so I am in connection with our drum majors. Those are the student leaders who have the whistles that give the students the command when they should be forward marching and when we should be marching in place. So I'm helping look ahead to see what's coming down the road while the students are busy playing their instruments. The streets had just narrowed as we got into that point, and there was a lot of enthusiasm in the crowd, and I could feel the energy from the students. And all of a sudden I heard something going on, so I turned around, and at first I thought there was an emergency vehicle or something. I could tell there was some sort of a vehicle trying to get through. And then I started just seeing things flying in the air, and I realized this was not a vehicle waiting for people to move out of the way. I realized this vehicle was running over people. The students around me, we all kind of dispersed at the same time. I thought in the initial moments that it was an accident, but then as I turned and the car went immediately past me, and I could see that the driver was staring straight ahead and knew that, could have clearly seen that they were running over people.
What happened next?
My first impact was to run after the car for a moment, and then I realized, because I watched them run over the people in front of me as well, and then I turned around and I saw my students all laying on the street and screaming. A police officer immediately, what felt like at the time, immediately came running, shots fired. And so my students who weren't injured were all dispersed, and I was trying to at the same time watch over my students in the street, but keep an eye on where the other students who were going so that I could make sure they were all safe as well. But I stayed in the streets so that we didn't know where the shots fired were coming from, so I wanted to make sure that those students in the street were safe as well.
And just to clarify, you mentioned that you heard from a police officer that shots had been fired?
Correct.
You yourself, with the trained ear of a band director, didn't hear any gunshots?
I did not hear gunshots, no.
Okay. I'm going to ask that we project on the screen for the witness only, exhibit number 24, please.
And that's how horrific the hits were from Brooks driving through the parade. I mean, that someone, maybe it was a band instrument falling down, maybe it was the sound of the people getting hit, but they thought there were guns fired. That's how loud and how impactful the hits were.
Permission granted.
And can we make sure we're playing this at normal speed? And we're going to turn the volume off while we identify, so we'll leave it off there. I'm just going to play a few seconds without any volume, and then I'll stop and I'll ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we've stopped at about 5 seconds into the video. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, that is our band performing.
And I'm not sure how familiar you are with downtown, but do you know the businesses that your band is in front of right now?
We're by Davino Gelato and Martha Merrill's.
Okay.
And then the Alo Chocolate and everything is on the other side as well as an apartment building.
Okay. Have you reviewed this video before your testimony today?
Yes, I have.
Does it accurately depict what happened to your band the
Yes, it
afternoon of the
does.
parade? Move exhibit 24 into evidence and ask to publish.
Any position, Mr. Brooks?
Objection. If the witness has seen this video before, how would that corroborate with the testimony?
Your objection is noted. It's overruled. Exhibit 24 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
How would so he's saying that because he saw the video before, that means that her opinion is doctored. That it's not from experience, it's from the video where she's getting this. No, she's confirming in the video what she saw in real life, Brooks. That's not how evidence and videos work.
We are going to play this entirely through. It's 30 seconds long. We're going to play it once with the audio at normal speed. Go ahead.
No reaction. I mean, you can literally hear all the commotion that he caused, and there's no reaction. Nothing in his face. He's just watching him do all of that. Anyone will feel something.
All right, let's pull it up again
Dead eyes.
and set the speed to 50%. and turn the audio off. And we're going to play to a certain point, and then I'll say pause, and then I'll ask you some questions when we pause, okay?
Objection. What is the relevancy of playing it at slower speed?
Your objection's noted. It's overruled. Permission granted.
Go ahead and play.
He doesn't like it. And I believe that at this point, the jury has enough to give him life forever, many lifetimes forever. Like I believe that at this point, this is all they need to put him away. We don't need another 2 weeks of evidence. But
Pause.
fair is fair.
We've paused at 11 seconds. From viewing the video up to this 11-second point, can you tell us who in your band was struck by that SUV so far?
So far, that would have been Aiden, Connor, Justin, Eric, and Tyler. I believe at that point, perhaps also Harry.
And let's resume at the 11-second mark, please. Pause. We've paused at 16 seconds. Would it be fair to say that the remaining students we've been talking about today were struck after that point?
Correct.
And now we've reached a point where the SUV is completely past all of your band members?
Correct.
I'm going to ask that we project for the witness only exhibit number 23.
Go ahead.
We're just going to play a few seconds at normal speed here without any audio. Pause. We're 5 seconds in. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, I do.
Did you see yourself in the video?
I did.
Does this video depict the same marching band in the same area of Main Street on November 21st?
It does.
I'd move exhibit 23 into evidence and ask to publish.
Any position, Mr. Brooks?
Objection.
Your objection's noted. It's overruled. Exhibit 23 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
We'll play this once through at normal speed with audio, please. At the tail end of that video, we saw a red SUV. Is that the SUV you've been talking about during your testimony?
That is, yes.
Okay. And can we go back to the beginning of that video? We'll turn the audio off. And we'll just play a few seconds here from the beginning.
I mean, you can even tell
Pause.
from the guard in the background that he feels something. You can tell in his face that he's looking at all that and he's getting emotional about it. Darrell Brooks is mad right now because they are showing in 4K video that he's guilty, that there's no way out. Like the band director saw him face to face, just didn't care about anything that he was doing. He was just going through everyone.
We are 2 seconds in. Do you see yourself on the screen?
I do.
So that's a touch screen in front of you. Would you mind drawing a circle around yourself?
Okay.
All right. So you are directly above the black shirt band banner.
Correct.
All right. And then we can clear that. All right. We did it already. Thank you. I'd ask that we put up for the witness only exhibit number 22, please.
Go ahead.
We'll play a few seconds without any audio for the witness only. Pause. And we've stopped at 7 seconds. Do you recognize that video?
I do.
What does this video show?
This video also shows the car coming through as well, and different angle in terms of some of the students dispersing as well, some of them getting struck by the car.
Is this video also an accurate representation of what happened that day?
Yes, it is.
Move Exhibit 22 into evidence and ask to publish.
Mr. Brooks, any
Objection.
opposition?
Objection.
Your objection is noted. It's overruled. Exhibit 22 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
You see that? You see, every time that he does what he just did, like he's looking at the bottom corner of the street, that means that someone got into the courtroom. He uses that that monitor as his windshield. He's just looking at who's getting in and out.
We're going to play this in its entirety. It's 32 seconds long with the audio. Did you see yourself in that video?
I did.
Let's go back to the beginning, please, and set it to play at 50% speed. And we'll turn the audio off this time. And we'll play from the beginning.
Really heartbreaking how one moment of joy in 2 seconds becomes
Let's pause.
like I cannot imagine. I mean, it has it has more repercussions than you would think, because you can say, oh, there were 10 people that were hit. Yes, but imagine the terror of everyone around them that now has to suffer for the rest of their lives, thinking that that might happen again.
We've paused at 9 seconds. Can you use the screen in front of you and circle yourself if you see yourself? Can we clear that, please? And we'll resume at the 9-second mark. Pause. We've paused at 21 seconds. You testified earlier that you initially ran towards the vehicle as it was driving away, is that right?
Correct.
Do we see you do that in this portion of the video?
Yes.
If you see yourself, can you circle yourself on the screen? So you're in the bottom right-hand corner. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. We can take that down. Did you see that red SUV stop at any point?
No.
As you were in real time remembering the events of that day, do you recall seeing any of your students getting hit?
I did not see any of my students get hit, only of the group in front of me. I just saw, like I said, things flying because they were in the formation. It came through the middle.
In the immediate aftermath, after the vehicle had gone through and after you had run after it briefly, did you have any personal interaction with any of your students who had been hit?
I did. There were several on the ground, and they were surrounded by other bystanders who stepped in. So I just basically was circulating on the ground between the students who were injured, and then the students had run away to several shops in the area. And so I was just, it probably was an hour, it felt like. I don't really know how much time it was exactly, but rotating between the students who were injured as we were waiting for first responders, as well as checking on the students and trying to at least keep the kids who were not injured in a space where we knew where they were, so we could safely get them home once all of our injured students had been picked up by first responders.
Do you know whether any of those students that you had personal interaction with had to be transported to the hospital?
There were several students that had to be taken to the hospital.
Do you know in general the nature of some of those injuries?
There was many broken bones, a lot of, there was internal bleeding, dental work that needed to be done, lots of stitches, cuts, abrasions, sprains, torn ligaments.
Did you remain in your capacity as the Waukesha South marching band director for the remainder of that academic year?
I did.
You eventually went back to school after that Sunday, the 21st, is that right?
That is correct. So we went back to school once we were assured that we had as many students that were still left in the area back to get them on the bus back to school.
You're talking about that night, Sunday
That
the
evening,
21st?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And in the days that followed,
Why is he so perplexed about this question? He's just talking about what she did after in school. Now he looks like he's trying to intimidate her.
kids
Yes.
came back to school,
They did, yes.
and you had personal interaction with the members of your marching band?
Yes, I did.
Your objections noted, it's overruled.
Can we please put Exhibit 21 back up on the screen? And this has previously been admitted. It's the diagram. I'd ask that we put it up for the jury as well.
Go ahead.
Based on your own observations that day, your interaction with the students in the immediate aftermath, and your review of the video evidence here today in court, how many of those 10 members of your marching band were either struck or run over by the red SUV?
They all were.
Can you tell us whether or not you got a good look at the driver that day?
I did from the profile.
Approximately how many feet would you estimate you were from the driver at its closest?
Probably 2 feet.
You were still in the street at that point,
Correct.
and the SUV was?
Darrell Brooks doesn't buy that. Darrell Brooks doesn't believe that she was 2 feet from him. Ooh, that's gonna come back.
Too?
Yes.
We saw in the video what the lighting conditions were, but could you describe from your own memory what the lighting was like that day?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled. You may answer.
The lights were beginning, the sun was beginning to set. However, we were in an area where we were by lots of stores, so the sun was still out, as well as the light coming from all the storefronts.
Could we project on the screen for the witness only, exhibit number 120? Do you see an image on the screen in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Is that image an accurate representation of what the driver of the SUV looked like that day when you saw him?
Completely, yes.
I'd move exhibit 120 into evidence and
Completely.
ask to publish.
120 is received. Permission to publish is granted. May have been received earlier.
Yeah, it's already been received.
Yeah, you can tell he's looking straight into driving for more people.
I believe you testified a little bit earlier about the driver's demeanor as you observed him. Could you go into more detail about that?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. She may answer.
So originally my perception just had been that I assumed there was an accident because I could not imagine anything else. But when the car went past me, my perception changed of what was happening completely, because the driver was looking straight ahead, making looked very attentive at that point, so the driver clearly was aware that he had hit and run over all of these people. It was not something that could have happened without the driver's awareness. We were also coming up on an intersection of a cross street, and although there was a crowd on the side, again, this is just my perception, but if the driver had been trying to escape the parade route so they were no longer hitting people, I felt like an instinct would have caused the head to turn to see if there was a way out on that side street. But the driver's head never turned looking for a way out of the parade route at that moment, and that's what caused my perception of what was going on that day to change.
When you say side street, you're referring to the street that runs in front of the Martha Merrill bookstore?
Correct.
Jasper Street?
Jasper Street.
Also note that if Darrell Brooks had a problem with his car, like he claims later on the trial, he wouldn't be panicking. He would have been like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do. The car is not stopping. Someone help me." But no, he was cool, focused, aware.
And again, just to clarify, when we look at exhibit number 120 here, the person in white, is that a member of your band?
Yes, that is. That is one of the student conductors.
And then the person in the foreground on the right with a blurry face, is that another? I don't know if you know who it is, but can you tell us if that's a member of your band?
That is a member of our band, yes.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for this witness. Thank you.
All right, court's going to take a break before we do cross-exam. Take our afternoon break for about 15 minutes. All rise for the jury, please.
Very fair. And we're back.
All right, we are back on the record. Appearances are as they were before. We'll bring the jury out for cross. Go ahead.
Yeah, I could.
Your Honor, can we address the subject matter jurisdiction, please?
No, not right now.
Is that a judicial determination, Your Honor?
Yes. Just told you no. And she told you no right now. Even though she should have said no. Unless they're in a good mood. I mean, they know they're gonna win this. And notice how close the grounds versus objections has come. It wouldn't surprise me if today or tomorrow the grounds counter gets tied with the objection counter.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness? Go ahead.
On the night of evening of November 21st, 2021, do you recall what officer conducted your interview?
I do not recall.
Can you recall if it was a detective or just a regular officer?
I do not recall.
She just threw his entire argument. He took the entire break, the 15 minutes coming up with questions. And she was like, "No, I don't remember. Now he's gonna be lost." Yeah, look how far he threw him off.
You
He doesn't.
mentioned earlier in testimony that there was a side street where there could have been an exit out of the parade route
Correct.
provided. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say, yes.
Do you recall if that side street was barricaded in any way?
I do not recall.
I like her answers. They're short. They don't tell him very much. She just answers what she's told. And Brooks, you're running over people. They are harder to go by than barricades. They're plastic. It's more of a visual aid than a, I don't know.
Do you recall if there was another side street on the opposite side of the street?
The other side of the street has a plaza, so there's an open space, but it's not a traffic, for car traffic street.
Do you recall what that street would be used for if not for traffic?
It's an open space where people who have been on the shops on Main Street can go down to the Riverwalk.
Do you know if cars can park there?
They may not.
So it's basically like just a walkway.
Correct.
Relevance?
From what you recall, can you estimate the speed of the vehicle that you saw that day?
I'm not good at estimating speeds, but it felt fast as it went past me. It felt like it was accelerating.
And you stated you was relatively close to the vehicle when it passed you.
Yes, I was.
Were you injured in any way?
I was not. Fortunately, I'd moved just in time.
I like that answer. Because he's trying to say that, oh, you didn't get hit, even though the car was running fast. No, because I moved. Nice. It's a really good witness.
Do you recall if anybody that may have been directly next to you was injured in any way?
They were not.
So would it be fair to say that everyone in your immediate area was not struck?
Depends on how you want to define immediate, but the first 4 rows of the band, no one was struck because at that point everyone had run away.
Yes.
I was referring to, I guess I wasn't clear enough on immediate. I was referring to directly next to you.
Directly next to me, no.
But that doesn't matter because the first one were blindsided by you. They didn't expect that. After that, the other guys moved to the sides, so they weren't struck by you.
Were you able to get a license plate number of the vehicle?
I was not.
Did you notice any tinted windows to the vehicle?
It's 11 months ago, but I believe there were in the back, but I don't want to say yes or no for sure on that.
Did you see anyone else in the vehicle?
I did not.
Could you see the back seats of the vehicle?
I did not look at the back seats.
Could you see the passenger seat of the vehicle?
I could.
Do you recall anyone being in the passenger
I
seat?
did not see anyone.
Just
in the
said
passenger
no. And I don't know what these ghost passengers will do for you.
Did you initially hear any sounds before you realized that something was wrong?
The band had just started playing, and so I was concentrating on listening to the sounds of the band, and then all of a sudden it was just the sound of chaos as the car came through the band.
So it would be fair to say that it was pretty loud.
Where I was at that moment, yes, because I was directly in the middle of the band.
Would you say extremely loud or moderately loud?
I would say moderately loud, and as the band director, my job was listening to the sound of the band, and so I could give the students feedback when we got back to school. So that's where my focus was.
From your estimation, do you think it would have the sounds from the band and the people and just the parade itself, would that at any time impaired you from hearing everything that was going on?
Everything, likely, but for example, like it would have still been, it wasn't so loud I would have heard a car horn. That I would have been able to hear.
I wasn't referring to that.
Okay, I was just asking because you were asking volumes, and so I couldn't have heard everything. I couldn't have heard something soft, but something that loud as an example.
Good.
So, just to be clear, from your opinion, you think you would have been able to hear a horn,
I believe I would have.
even at the same time listening for the band notes, as you say, you have to give them feedback when you got back to school?
Because that would have been an unexpected sound, so that would have been something that would have stood out in my memory.
It would have been something that draws your attention.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a horn. They're designed to get people's attention. It's their job, the only job.
So in your opinion, do you estimate it would have been hard to hear any screaming or anything of that nature?
We started, as soon as the screaming started, we did hear that immediately. Because as soon as the screaming started, the students stopped playing, and so that loudness.
1 second.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because she was listening to sounds of the band, that doesn't mean that the band kept playing as you were driving through them. This is not the Titanic. They stop and start running away. So the music stopped, and now she can hear everything else.
Do you recall how long you had been actively participating in the parade at the time of the incident?
That had been my first year back as the director of band for a while, but I marched in that parade in high school myself. So I've attended on the years that I was not teaching, so it's probably my 40th time plus at that parade.
I think you probably misunderstood.
Okay.
Well, that was still. I don't have to ask that question. I was referring to how long you had been marching at
that time.
At that point in.
Probably blocks all change size pretty quickly in Waukesha, but we had been going for about 4 blocks. We were about at the halfway point of the parade route.
Did you notice anything amiss up until that point?
Up until that point, no.
Amit?
Did you hear any law enforcement radios that may have alerted you to
No.
something being wrong?
No.
How could she? She was not near an officer.
So it'd be fair to say, as far as you know, everything was pretty much standard.
Up until the moment, yes.
It's done.
You stated in your report that you were walking backwards facing the students.
No, I was walking forward because the students near me were walking backwards. So I was the eyes in front for the students who were marching backwards.
So is it possible the report could have misquoted what you said?
Yes.
I have not seen the report.
It was a statement that she made to an officer. That's not her words.
The report that I have would be page 2.
It doesn't have the
I
report.
don't have that in front of me.
Would you like to see it?
Sure.
And again, this is all a bunch of work for nothing, for a nothing question that is gonna lead nowhere.
So I see it's not in, there we go. So I was facing forward, and then as soon as I heard sounds, I turned around and started facing backwards at that time to see what was happening. So my direction of movement until the incident started was forward, and then once I heard unexpected sounds coming from the back of the van, then I turned around.
Do you recall the statement that's in the report, though? She stated that she was walking backwards, facing the students. Do you recall that?
I do not. I guess I recall, yes, I must have. I don't recall this exact moment. I've spoken to lots of officers.
Do you recall thinking that the SUV was driving right at you?
It felt like it for a moment, yes.
And then she moved.
And you stated that you initially started to chase after the vehicle, but briefly, but then stopped.
That was my instinct at the moment because I don't know why. That was my instinct at the moment.
Mr. Brooks, are you done with the statement?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, no problem. You take it now.
He's done. He's gonna start.
Would it be fair to say that the unexpectedness of the event may have clouded everything that you recall about the event?
I think there's certain aspects of the event that I have great clarity for because it was such a life-changing thing. There are certain moments that are very clear in my memory. And then there's other aspects that maybe other people noticed that maybe 11 months later that are less clear because some of the other more graphic details are so strong in my memory.
It would be fair to say, though, that, or would it be, rather, I'm sorry about that, would it be fair to say that you don't recall everything from that November 21st
It was
evening?
That would be accurate.
But she testified what she
To your
recalled.
recollection, would you have left out any details in your report?
No.
Eleven months later. He's not gonna say word for word what she said on the day. But the spirit is the same.
Were you able to see any license plate number on the vehicle?
She already said no.
No.
Do you recall about how far you initially had the reaction to chase after the vehicle, but then turn back to your students?
It was just a few steps.
Do you recall exactly where you were at
I was
in the parade?
in terms of the order of the parade.
In terms of what intersections you may have been at?
We were right. I was personally right outside of Martha Merrill's bookstore.
From the video footage, there were clearly a lot of spectators or people that weren't actively involved in the parade.
Yes.
Did you at any time see any of the spectators struck?
I did not.
No, you by some reason always stayed on the street, which I'm glad that there were less victims, but that doesn't erase the impact that you did with all the one
After the incident, did you see any news reports about the incident?
I did.
Did any news reports that you saw jog anything to your memory?
Not especially. Maybe just showed different things that happened that evening in different parts of Main Street where I wasn't, but
So-
nothing changed my recollections of the South Band experience.
So it would be fair to say that what was reported on the news, you kind of pretty much already knew?
Correct.
Did you recall the news reporting how many people may have been hurt?
Yes.
Are these questions gonna lead to something? No?
From which you recall and observed, do you think that those said news reports were accurate? Grounds.
Sustained. It's not relevant.
About how long did you stay at the parade after the incident?
I did not have my watch with me that evening, but we were there for quite a while because the students had scattered, and so it took us a while, as well as waiting to make sure all the students that were injured were taken by first responders. And they were overwhelmed, so it took a while for first responders to get to
So
everyone.
it would be fair to say that by the time you actually left, it was nightfall.
That is correct.
Do you recall the power going out?
That did not happen till we were back at the high school.
So you had already left
Correct.
the parade route by the time there was no power.
Correct.
Do you recall what time you left?
I don't recall. It would be in the bus company records, but
He's gonna start asking about the plaintiff now because he's just reading the rest of the report and he has nothing.
No further questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any redirect?
Just some brief clarification, and then I'd like to show one video, Your Honor, if that's all right. There were a few mentions during cross-examination about your report in quotation marks.
yes.
You didn't actually sit down and type up a police report after the parade, did you?
No, I did not.
Irrelevant.
Overruled. She may answer. Can you state your answer again?
I did not.
If there is an objection, let me rule
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. You met with police officers after the fact and provided interviews, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And then, do you know whether they wrote police reports summarizing those statements?
If they did, I did not see those.
Okay. I would like to play for you exhibit number 22 one more time. And I'd like to play it for the jury as well, Your Honor, if that's all right.
Objection. We saw this video numerous times at this point.
Are you going to play the whole thing or parts of it?
The witness was asked about whether she heard a horn honking, and so I'm simply going to
She was
play.
not asked if she heard a horn honking. She was asked, did the sound of the parade?
I recall what was asked. I'm sorry, tell me again why you want the jury to see this and the question? Because she was not asked specifically about a horn. She offered something.
In response to a question about what she heard. I simply want to play this video to see if the witness can hear the sound of a horn honking.
Objection. What's the relevancy at this point? She never was asked the question, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. I don't have anything else for this witness. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You may step down. Thank you.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Another fruitless cross-examination. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and remember that you're great, that you matter, and I'm really happy that you're here. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.